Hello! Welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're returning, I really appreciate you joining in today. My name is Amanda and this is Birch and Lily, where I talk about all sorts of crafty goodness. There are a lot of places you can find me on the internet. All of them will be linked down below, but definitely make sure you check out my website, birchandlilyfiber.com. So, before we jump on into normal stuff, one announcement. I am trying something new. The door is open to my craft room, which it usually is not because I have a small dog who loves to find things on the floor and chew on them. So I've cleaned up the floor and I'm going to let her in because usually I have to either crate her or she sits outside the door and cries, and either way I feel bad. So we will see how this goes. If you hear some jingling in the background, that is Miss Leia, and I will try and catch her on camera at some point as well if you guys haven't met her. I know I've shown her like once or twice on here before, and she's definitely always in my stories on Instagram. Right, Leia? Yeah? So we'll see if I can catch her for the video later. But as well, last episode there was a giveaway, and I have some winners for you. So there was 2 different prizes, and I don't know where I put them. So there was a knitting prize. It was some yarn, some skeins of yarn, and then there was a cross stitch prize as well. If you're interested in what those were, definitely check last episode, episode 100. This is episode 101, by the way. But I have written down here my 2 giveaway winners. So the winner of the yarn, I will also pop up on the screen your comment, so you know, and I will make sure to comment on your comment so it's really streamlined. So our winner for the yarn is Kelly S. And then our winner for all the cross-stitch charts is Heather Evertson. It will be on the screen. But congratulations, both of you. Thank you so much for your sweet comments. It was nice to see that both of you have been watching for a while. So I really appreciate both of you, and definitely keep your eye out for giveaways coming up in the future. Hi, Leia. Do you want to be on the video? Do you want to be on the video? Come here. This is Leia, who hates being held, right? So this is Leia. She is a corgi. She's almost 3. She'll be, yep, I will put you down. She'll be 3 in July, the end of July. Right, Leia? So, she's obviously in the room now, so if you hear some crinkling, that is my dog. Hey, don't eat that. No, no. So yeah, congratulations to both giveaway winners. Thank you, all of you that entered. And like I said, definitely keep an eye out because I do these relatively often. So the next one will probably be a subscriber milestone is my thinking. We'll see. Anyways, let's jump into stuff. Oh, there's my sock pucker. I have a finished object. And this is one of those finished objects where I started it and finished it in the span of like the time between the 2 episodes. So you haven't even seen these. It's a pair of socks. I am test knitting these socks for Lindsey Fowler of Larkspur Knits. I'm just grabbing my yarn here. I used a Woolberry Fiber Co. sock set that I had kicking around for this. She had for a while, they were like berry themed sock sets, and they had 2 minis and a full skein. So here's the full skein and the 2 minis. This set is called Boysenberry. If you saw the short I posted, because now I figured out how to take my shorts from Instagram and post them onto YouTube. So those of you who don't have Instagram will be able to see all of my, well, I guess they're technically reels on Instagram. Everyone calls them something different. But they become shorts when I put them on YouTube. So then those of you who don't have Instagram get to see those as well. But this is my Taiga Socks. I think that's how you pronounce it. I will have put it on the screen, of course. But I love these socks so much for multiple reasons. I only have one blocker up here right now, so that's all I will show you is one sock on a blocker. But I do have both done. But look at these! Look how pretty this is. This is color work. These trees, I love these so much. I cast on 60 stitches for these socks. This is just a 1x1 rib. Yes, I didn't do a twisted rib. Because I was testing, I wanted to follow the pattern as closely as I could, and I don't hate it. I hate it less than I used to hate a 1x1 rib. I think my knitting has neatened up a little bit and it doesn't look so sloppy. But yeah, 1x1 rib. I did 20 rounds for that in the first mini skein. Did my color work in the second mini skein color. And this is an afterthought heel, believe it or not. And this is why, one of the reasons I'm loving this sock so much. I'm sure you've heard me say multiple times before that I hate afterthought heels. They don't stay on my foot properly. Well, this pattern includes a new, to me at least, type of afterthought heel. And I don't know if you can tell that it slip stitches up here. And then this part is just stockinette. But the way it is formed, this fits me like a glove. This fits me like a heel flapping gusset fits me. And I am so excited because, I will show you in a second, I had a pair of socks waiting for afterthought heels that I was dreading putting afterthought heels into because I knew the socks just would not fit me the way that I wanted them to. And now I can put this heel in. I can't remember if it has a name or not. I don't have the pattern right beside me right now, but if it does, I will put it across the screen. But guys, even if you're not interested in knitting this sock, you need to get the pattern for this heel. I don't know if the heel will be coming separately or what, but this fits me amazing. Oh my word. I can't rave about it enough. So yeah, little tangent on that heel, but that is the most amazing afterthought heel I have ever knit. And then I just did stockinette for the foot. And I did a wedge toe. I think the pattern includes a rounded toe, but I just felt like doing a wedge toe because I know that fits me well. So that's the first sock. I have the second one done as well. And I obviously haven't blocked them because they look ridiculous, and I have to weave in the ends on them still as well. But wow, I love this sock so much. And I love the heel. And like I said, I had a pair of socks. Let me grab them. I had a pair of socks waiting to put heels in. These were my Advent socks from my Woolberry Fiber Co. Christmas Advent mini skeins that have a hair on them. Apologies. But I hadn't put heels in these yet because I didn't want to put normal afterthought heels in. But now I've already put one of those heels in because it fits so good. I am so excited that I will actually be able to better enjoy these socks because of this new afterthought heel. So these, I used all 24 minis from my Woolberry Fiber Co. Advent mini skein Christmas box thing. This was the 2021 one. I cast on 56 stitches for these, 2.25mm needles, a 2x2 rib for 15 rows, and then each color is 10 rows, so each mini I put 10 rows. And obviously the socks are mismatched, and I love them. So yeah, I won't go into these too much because I've talked about them quite a few times, but I'm just so excited. I guess I could put this on the blocker too, so you can see the heel in a different color. But I'm so excited about this heel, and I've been telling Lindsay it, but I swear I could constantly tell her because just, that doesn't even look like an afterthought heel when you put it on the blocker. It just fits so different because the slip stitches here snug it up around the top of your heel so it doesn't slide. Because that was my main problem with a normal afterthought heel, is it just slid everywhere. So yeah, this is cut in. It's the scary the scary way of doing an afterthought heel where you just mark where you want to put it, cut the knitting, and go. But it fits so much better. So obviously I won't have the pattern to link down below for you right now, but I'll make sure that when it becomes available I switch that out in the description down below, and maybe I'll even make a announcement, I guess, in the community section on YouTube, as well as obviously on my Instagram, probably in the stories, when the Taiga Socks, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm sorry if it's wrong, but when that pattern goes live, I will let you guys know, because I really really think you need to try the Afterthought heel if you don't like how normal Afterthought heels fit, because this heel is amazing. I sound like a crazy person, but I am so excited about this heel. So yeah, that's mainly what I've been working on lately. I have done a little tiny bit of cross stitch as well. The only thing I have been working on is my Susie Samplermaker. This is a pattern from Lindy Stitches. I have it in this cute bag. And like I said, I know it as being made by the Sag and Stitch. And I'm really bad at looking up who or what they've changed their name to. Plus it's hard to know because there's nothing on the Etsy page, at least the last time I found it, the name or their new name. There's nothing saying like that they were the Sag and Stitch before. But I will try and remember to do some better. Actually, I'm going to note it on my show notes right now. Find who makes project bag. Because they are beautiful bags. She just, yeah, changed her name. So I am using for Susie Samplermaker all of the called for threads. Very bright and cute, as usual, for Lindy Stitches. Oh, you can actually, I set the camera up different every time, but so Susie, where does my finger need to go? Susie Samplermaker is the sister pattern to this one right there on the wall. That one is called Merry Needleworker. So this is a sister pattern to it, kind of along the same lines. And I'm stitching it up on this fabric. This is a 40 count fabric from Color and Cotton. This was a club color from June 2020. And yeah, it's kind of purpley, kind of blue. It works really well with the pattern from what I could tell. Let me actually hold up the threads to the fabric. That's always kind of fun to see. I like how they work together. So I'm happy that I decided to use this. And that is what I've been doing. I've mostly just been working on the words. I really haven't stitched much because I was working on that test knit pattern, and Lindsay wanted it done by February 20th. I finished in time. I just really wanted to get that done, and then when I figured out how well that heel fit me, that's all I wanted to work on. So like I said, I wasn't using the called for fabric for Susie. The called for is actually 32 count vintage country mocha. I knew for sure I wasn't going to stitch it on a 32. I love 40 count. That is my favorite. That's what I stitch everything on now. But vintage country mocha is a beautiful fabric. I have used that a couple times. I just really liked how this also kind of looked with Mary. You can't really tell just because the background kind of fades out with the way the camera's set up. But Merry Needleworker is stitched on like a cream fabric, but it's got blues, kind of almost, not blues, greens. Like this sort of green running throughout it. Maybe a little bit more green than this. What is it called? Dang, I can't remember what the fabric is called. I might have a scrap of it. I can show it to you and hopefully it shows up half decent. Bramble, that's what it's called. Can you kind of tell it's got... I showed a terribly wrong color for the green running through it, but they just look so pretty together. So I am really happy with the fact that I found something to use this fabric for. Because I don't know if you read the comments. I don't know if it was, yes, it was last video. I was talking about this fabric and I had said something along the lines of like, this was supposed to be for the Color and Cotton Neutral Fabric Club. And I said something along the lines of, I got this, and I was like, the heck, this ain't neutral. And Jenny, the Long Dog Stitcher, if you have not watched her YouTube channel, I will make sure I link it down below in the description, but she had made a hashtag about what I said, and I died laughing, I swear, for like 10 minutes, and my husband thought I was nuts. But this is not neutral. So I'm glad I was able to find something that I think looks nice on it, because I really am more of a neutral fabric person. So yeah, not tons done on Susie, but a decent amount. I go through phases. Sometimes I like knitting, sometimes I like cross stitch. Right now I just feel like knitting, so I may have heard my husband come home. If I did, we'll see how filming goes. But the only other thing that I have worked on is my pink Fizz sweater. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. I'm knitting it up out of this yarn. These are both from Woolberry Fiber Co. This is Berry Sock, and this is Berry Surrey, both in the colorway Whisper. And yeah, I am knitting a sweater, the pink Fizz sweater. And the body's done! The whole body is done, which is insane, because last time I think I was working on the back. I don't even think I'd connected anything yet. But here it is. Look at this. So, okay, the stripiness is my own fault. I did not order enough yarn when I first ordered yarn for this project, and then Bethany of Woolberry Fiber Co. was so very kind to dye me up some more of it, and of course the dye lots didn't match perfectly, so I've been alternating the skeins. It doesn't look this stripy in person, thankfully. I think the camera just picks it up a little bit more, but I'm still so happy with this that I can't say much. This Progress Keeper, it ain't marking anything. I forgot to move it last time, so it's totally useless. But it looks cute. It's a teeny tiny Princess Leia, which is who my doggo is named after. Right, Leia? I don't know what she's doing. Hopefully not chewing something. But yeah, this is where I am. So I have connected the whole body at the sleeves, or the shoulders rather. It's connected with a 3-needle bind off, and it's done on the right side of the fabric so that it's visible, which is neat, a neat little add-on. It creates a really cool seam. I can't see that, across the top of the shoulders. And then I almost have the first sleeve done. I am working on the ribbing, and then I had a moment where I felt like I was eating Surrey alpaca and I couldn't work on it, and so I put it away for a little while, and I haven't touched it in probably the past couple days. But it's got a beautiful dropped sleeve. I don't know if you can tell kind of how that's gonna fit. It fits a lot lower. This is very hard to show. There we go. So dropped sleeve. That angle still was not better, and very not flattering. But yeah. How many times can I say drop sleeve? It has a drop sleeve. And I'm really happy with this. I can't wait until it's blocked. So all I have left to do is obviously finish that one arm, the second arm, and then you do pick up the collar. I don't know if you can see here, I have a little bit of stitches on hold for the collar. And there are just a couple rounds of knitting for that to kind of finish everything off. So, it's so pretty. Let's see, I am knitting the size 2 for this. So for needles, I am using, for the ribbing, a 3.5mm needle. That is a US 4, and then for the body and everything else, I'm using a 3.75mm, a US 5. And everything else is called to for the pattern. All the measurements and everything I have done from what the pattern says. It's just I switched up the needle that I used for the body. I wanted my fabric a little bit tighter than what the pattern called for. So I think it does make my sweater ever so slightly smaller, like width-wise. I'll have a tiny bit less positive ease on it, but I'm not terribly worried about that. By the time I block it, it should grow some, and it's got a lot of ease as it is already, so I think the fit should be pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, like I said, I had a moment where I felt like I was eating mass amounts of Surrey alpaca, and I just could not do it anymore. So yeah, if you want to know more about this, the past couple episodes I've really went into more detail, but I don't want to ramble on too much. I kind of just wanted to show you the progress I have made and call that good. I have quite a busy day today. You'd think I'd plan better around days where I know, oh gosh, what have I done? I have yarn wrapped around my foot. I would plan better to have less busy days when I know I'm recording, but I never do. So I have a relatively busy day today and a lot to do, but I wanted to get this video out because I promised with the giveaway winners and stuff. So yes, but I did want to talk about some books, if that's okay. I forgot one. I'm gonna go grab it quick. Leia is being so good. She's just sitting at the top of the stairs, curled up in a little ball. So that makes me pretty happy. But books. I wanted to talk about what I'm reading right now because I have been doing that a little bit more than I have in the past while. I don't know. I used to love reading. As a kid, you could literally just find me with my face in a book anywhere and everywhere. And then I started knitting and it kind of went off by the wayside, but I've been trying to read before I go to bed now lately, so I've been reading again. So this is the one book I've been reading. I won't talk too much about it, but Siege and Storm. It's by Dawg. This is the second book in this Shadow and Bone series. And I've been really, really enjoying it. It's definitely, if you like A Court of Thorns and Roses, stuff like that, you would love this book. And then everyone's talking about this one. I haven't started it yet, but I think it's next. I want to finish this series first, so there's one more book left in this. But then I think I'm going to pull this one out yet. Have you read it? I don't know. I've heard so many good things about it. Verity by Colleen Hoover. But I don't know. I like that it's not a series. It'll be like a nice breakup after I'm done. Well, not breakup, but just to take a break after I'm done my other book and kind of go into something that isn't so much of a commitment. I don't know. Anyways, I know I didn't say much about those, but I love books and I'd love to hear what you're reading if you are reading anything. So yeah, I also am wanting to kind of get through some of those because Woolberry Fiber Co. is going to have a book club starting, I think, next month, reading through all of the Anne of Green Gables series, and that is one of my favorite series ever. I never read books more than once. Those are the only books I have ever read more than once. So I would really like to join in on that. So I kind of want to get through some of these books. I usually am not the person who can read multiple books at once. If I'm going to read through the Anne of Green Gables series, I might try just because I've read those books before and I kind of know what's going on. But we will see. But yeah, I feel like I went through stuff kind of quick today. If you have any questions, you can always ask me down in the comments. But yeah, I haven't done a lot of like new stuff, so I don't want to talk too much about something if I've talked about it in depth a lot over the past couple weeks. But yeah, what are you working on? Tell me in the comments. I love to hear. Definitely always tell me. I want to know what you're working on because sometimes, I don't know, people are working on things that I haven't seen and they're really new to me and it's exciting and gets me casting stuff on. Actually, one thing I could show you guys. I have been reorganizing the craft room a little bit, and I'm going to have to pick up my camera. This could be interesting. There's my monitor, but look what I built. Sorry, there's my umbrella lamp, but I built another set of calyx shelves to hold, because all of this yarn in here was in those gray baskets, way, way on the top of the shelf, and I could never get to it, and now I can actually see it, and I feel like it makes me want to use it more, which is exciting. So that's something I've done. And I've been dyeing yarn. There's some new yarn in the shop. If you missed it, I did post a short about it here on YouTube, but even if you missed that, definitely check out the shop. One of my, I could show you actually. So I put in the shop, they went up on Saturday, and there's still a few skeins left. First of all, this is like one of my all-time favorite ever colorways. This is called Lavender Fields. I've had it in the shop before, but there are just a few more skeins left if you want to grab one. It's so pretty, so pretty. Really, both of these colors are quite springy, but this one's got lots of lavender, sage, pretty, pretty speckles throughout it. And there is a video. Have I posted it on here yet? I don't know. No, I don't think I have. Granted, I might post it this afternoon. No, I'm going to leave it a couple days because this video is going up on Tuesday and I don't want to flood my channel. But if you follow me on Instagram, there's a reel up already showing me dyeing up Lavender Fields. And then the other color that I have available in the shop is this one. This is called Sweet Pea, and it's got purple apricot, pink, and then blue and like really, really deep purple speckles. This one is so pretty too. And there are not, I think there's only a couple skeins of this left as well, not tons. But if you haven't checked out the shop in a while, shameless plug, definitely check it out. It's linked down below in the description. But I think that is everything I have to talk about. To my 2 giveaway winners, make sure you send me an email. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And get your prize out to you. And from there, I think that is everything. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Also hit the like button as well. It gets my video out to everyone else so that other people can see what I'm working on and join our little community that we have going here. And I will see you all again in the next one. Bye!